you. This is Jennifer Way, intuitive consultant. Today's video is actually going to be a little bit shorter, so that's a good thing, I guess, according to YouTube standards. So this subject today for today's video is just a little subject. It is the biggest problem facing humanity right now. I have a lot of notes, so I'm going to be reading some of them as well. I'm also going to try something different today where I'm going to edit in some moving pictures. So yeah, let's get started. So you may have felt or noticed, especially if you're watching the news or existing in the world today or interacting, that there are some dominant emotions and energies occurring at this point in time. And this is anger and sadness. This sadness is fueled by heartbreak, by loneliness, disbelief, and disconnection. And the anger is fueled by disappointment, big time, resentment, overwhelm, and shock. One of the biggest sources of these emotions right now on this planet is a breakdown in our universally accepted structures. Now, what's one of the biggest structures dominating our consciousness today? Idolization or idolatry. Our myths, our stories, our religions, our gods and goddesses, our archetypes, they all incorporated a fundamental structure of idolization. The god, the goddess, the queen, the king, the prime minister, the president, the dictator, the pope, the bishop, the CEO, the hero, the champion, the celebrity. Our nearly 5,000-year-old obsession with idolization reinforced separation and hierarchy. Now, that's a long time. These beliefs are imprinted on our DNA. These beliefs have dominated us for so long. It indirectly tells us that we can't take responsibility for ourselves. So we're seeing now what happens when we put our faith in our heart, in our leaders or idols. We are personally affected, and we're taking it out on each other. Eons ago, we had heavenly bodies here on earth. We had humans or beings that had messages of love, words of loving guidance and wisdom. But over time, through fear and through competition for survival and control, their messages became distorted. Man-made ascension over the masses is not possible without oppressing others. Through hierarchy and by what I like to call divine envy, I also secretly call it womb envy, wink wink, man longed to be perfect and to be regarded with adoration and respect, all to reach the sky and be godlike. When we idolize, by design, this very action that automatically lifts a person above us sets us below. When we project onto our idols and our leaders, I'm always going to do that quotes, we are focusing our energy outside of ourselves. Things are so extreme right now because this and what's happening is a reflection of internal battles that many of us are not addressing. Is this why we're so heartbroken and torn? Like, why do we still feel that we need to look up to or be managed by someone? And my question to you is, what would happen if we stopped looking up to other humans? Well, what if we realized that we're not better than anyone else, but we're certainly not worse than anybody else? You know, we're at this point where this idolizing must shift and transition into loving the self and to loving others. This is what the masters were trying to teach us. Our need for hierarchy as a form of control was a way to understand our world, but it's now falling away. We've given too much of our power, our energy, and our focus to our idols, our celebrities, our political leaders, our CEOs, the list goes on and on. Maybe it's time to stop worshiping our leaders, to stop thinking of them as above us or relying on them to save us or distract us, to stop the expectation that they're superhuman. Because right now, our division is caused by this. So what I'm going to leave you with is perhaps it's time to pull back our adoration and turn it inward. Have a great week. I'll talk to you next week.